it's important to make sure that they are being truthful with us and that we know where they are.
Convicted sex offenders shouldn't be hard to find. In fact, a couple mouse clicks can lead you right to their doorstep. But as the internet does from time to time, searches, online or not, can lead one astray.
You looking for Penny?
Yeah, is he here?
No.
Where is he?
I have no idea.
He took off, didn't he?
Now, before we show you how this particular probe ended, let's look at how it started.
They know the consequences for failing to comply with their conditions, and they don't want to deal with the consequences.
Meet Ashley Harvey.
I'm the sex offender parole probation officer.
Any previously jailed sex offender in Washington or Madison County can expect her to stop by anytime unannounced.
Howdy, howdy. How are you?
But this is no friendly visit. She has authorized access to any room in the home.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure that he is living there, that he is home. I'll sit there and talk to him. My partner will look around the house. I hope to accomplish two things. One, that there's no more victims, and two, that they do become successful citizens.
The drive-by meetings are usually monthly and done at night. Harvey and her partner bounce from front porch to front porch, scanning a makeshift offender address book while matching up street signs and house numbers.
Let's see what this one is.
The night our cameras ride along, we come across the situation I mentioned earlier.
Where is he?
I have no idea.
He took off, didn't he? When was the last time you saw him?
Like 2 days ago.
Has he started drinking again?
That I don't know.
Not only was this offender MIA, but he's also missed a scheduled meeting the day before.
It kind of shows me that maybe he's not going to take parole that seriously. He faces jail time. I mean, he can be returned back to prison.
Other visits throughout the night turn up a few no-shows, but some absences are excused.
He's at work.
He's at work right now?
Yes.
Okay, is everything going okay with him? Just have him give me a call, okay? If I wanted to go to his work, I could. That is another thing that they have to allow us to do.
While the process seems invasive, Harvey explains how the purpose is justified.
It helps to hold them accountable. They do trust that I'm here to help them and not send them back to prison. That's not what I'm here for.
I think it's great.
This Washington County man who asked us to hide his identity was convicted of sexual assault 10 years ago.
They are protecting children when they do it. I don't pose a danger right now to children, but there's a lot of people that I spend a lot of time with, and they do.
The crime you committed, when it happened, after it happened, how soon in your mind did you go, I messed up, that wasn't worth it?
I knew I was messing up at the moment.
Back in 2006, police accused Ben Johnson of raping a 7-year-old girl.
I was convicted of, or pleaded guilty to second-degree sexual assault. I was in my home, and at the time I was living in Springdale.
A judge sentenced the Northwest Arkansas native to 10 years in prison. Johnson served 2.5 years before paroling out.
Yeah, I was married, now I'm divorced. I looked for a job for the first year or so, and now I'm basically self-employed as a handyman.
Johnson admits he lost a lot, and what he gained isn't something anyone would want.
Those restrictions are getting more and more excessive. Oh, it would be nice to think that when I'm, God willing, 80, 85 years old, that I no longer had to go up every so often to the Springdale Police Department, have my picture taken, and confirm to them that I'm still in the same nursing home.
As a level 3 sex offender, Johnson's name sits next to many others on Ashley Harvey's list.
I think they're usually in for a shock when they're first convicted or they first get out of prison, just how restrictive things are and how many eyes are on them.
When Miss Harvey comes to your house, she comes in, looks at things, talks to you, are you welcome it? Do you understand why she's doing it?
It does provide an incentive to keep your nose clean. I guess my biggest complaint is that it tries to be a one-size-fits-all approach to the problem.
As a part of his sentence, Johnson is required to register as a sex offender for the rest of his life. And while on parole, no guns, no drugs, no alcohol, no leaving the county. Johnson understands why he now has to adhere to these stipulations, but he says he would like to see a more diverse set of consequences for what he believes is a diverse set of offenders.
When you look at the range of potential charges, sexual offenses, if you will, whether it's sexual assault 1, 2, 3, or 4, and it's very hard to look at people as individuals. It's like treating somebody who is a weekend pot smoker the same as a heroin dealer. they're not the same.
But not only is that a tough sell for law enforcement and lawmakers, it's a tough sell for the public. Officer Harvey says she's getting more and more calls from citizens asking about offenders. Where do they live? Am I safe? Something media coverage, new technology, or both could be blamed for.
The public is more aware, and I think the demand to know what's going on is more prevalent.
And there's probably no case more prevalent than Barry Gebhardt's, the former Fayetteville athletic director, arrested, charged with internet stalking of a child. If found guilty, he would have to register as a sex offender.
The fact is, there's a lot of us out here. I mean, I don't know how many registered offenders there are in the area, but it's in the hundreds.
And for those out there facing the restrictions, regulations, and door-to-door inspections, Johnson's advice remains: don't be reluctant to open the door.
Own up to what you did and be willing to accept help if it's offered and change.